In this video, we're going to talk about how to set SMART goals. Now, in the previous video, we talked about the differences between goals, objectives, and outcomes. Now, in this particular video, we're going to walk through a process where you can set very specific SMART goals so you'll be able to accomplish them in a very precise manner. You're no longer going to set a goal and just have it be very broad and hope and wish that you get it accomplished. With this particular process here, you're going to get very specific, and then you're going to be able to have objectives laid out so that you know exactly what you need to do and the actual outcome that you're looking to achieve here. So let's go right ahead and jump in here. So when you're setting goals, it's important to have a formula to follow. And one of the most common formulas out there that you can follow is the SMART formula. So it's specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. So let's go through each one of these individually. So the number one here is specificity. So you want to be specific. A specific goal has a much greater chance of being accomplished than a general goal. To set a specific goal, you must answer the W questions. Who is involved? What do I want to accomplish? When do I want to accomplish it? Right? You want to have an established time frame. Why do you want to accomplish this? And why is actually one of the most important questions? Because what you'll find a lot of times, even in sales, okay, people will talk about very surface level information. They'll say, hey, yes, I want to grow my business. I want to get more leads and sales. But then when we dig deeper, it's not really about the more leads and sales. It's that they want to be able to grow their business to a certain revenue so that they could sell that business and then retire and spend more time with their family. So when you can really kind of get your own criteria and understand why it is that you're wanting to accomplish this goal, right? Is it because you want to grow your business to a certain amount so you can sell it yourself? Or perhaps so you can hire more employees? Or perhaps so you can have more time to spend with your family so you don't have to be doing everything in your business, right? Wearing all the hats. So why is a very important question to ask yourself, okay? And then we have measurable. So you want to establish a concrete criteria for measuring progress towards the attainment of each goal that you set. So when you measure progress, you stay on track to reach your target dates and you experience the exhilaration, the achievement that spurs from actually continuing on moving forward to reach that goal, right? What gets measured gets accomplished. If you're not able to measure step by step, hey, 2 or 3 days ago or 2 or 3 months ago, I was here and today I am this far ahead from where I was 2 or 3 months ago. If you can't measure that and see, all these different steps that you've made and all the progress that you've made, then you're not going to be able to utilize that information to your advantage. You want to be able to see this much growth in this much time, right? So questions that you can ask yourself is how much, how many. Now, one of the great questions that you can ask yourself is how will I know when my goal is accomplished? So you can have a timeline. Just think about a straight line on a piece of paper, right? And at the very beginning, you have where you are now, okay? And at the very end is what exactly it is that you're looking to accomplish, right? That specific outcome. And at the very end of that is how will you know when it is accomplished? What are you going to be feeling? What are you going to be seeing? What are you going to be experiencing so that you know that you have reached that goal, right? So very, very important to measure that goal and to be able to know when exactly you have accomplished it by setting your criteria there. And then attainable. You can attain pretty much any goal that you set as long as you plan out the steps and you establish a time frame that allows you to carry out those steps. Now, this is one of the most mind-boggling things that I've really come across. The fact that most people will set a goal, but they won't plan it out step by step, what they need to do to get there, and they don't set up an actual timeline of when those steps need to be carried out, right? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, right, when you're setting a goal, you want to break things down into smaller pieces, into bite-sized pieces, so that each day you're moving 2, 3, 4, 10% closer to accomplishing your end goal, right? The end result. So it's really important that you plan it out, You have steps that are necessary to take action on each and every day, and so that you know exactly when those steps need to be accomplished, so you have an idea as far as, okay, I plan to have XYZ goal accomplished by X date, right? So then realistic, how realistic is the goal? Do you have the time, energy, and resources available to accomplish this goal, right? And then we have timely. Now, this is really going into the attainable area where you want to be able to set a specific date, because then there's urgency behind that. If you just say, well, I want to increase sales, I want to increase profits, or I want to lose weight someday, but I want to lose weight, right? That's pretty much just like wishing and hoping and thinking that something is going to magically happen one day and you're going to automatically lose weight. It's not going to work out that way, right? We have to set goals and we have to set a time frame, or else it's never going to come about. It's never going to happen. We're going to be in the same scenario day in and day out, year after year, because we don't have a timeline. We don't have a time frame. 2 or 3 years are going to go by and we're going to keep talking about wanting to increase profits, wanting to lose weight, and it's never going to get done, right? So very important to set timely measurements, right? To have specific end goal date, and then have timelines for each specific objective, all the steps, right, that need to get done throughout the process. So that's going to be it here for this video, and we'll see you on the next one.